All right, so this video is about a very set of simple indicators. Just two is all you need. Very simple. It allows you to tell if a market's in an uptrend or a downtrend, and it works, if you're day trading by the 5-minute candles, or if you're swing trading, through the week, or if you're a long-term buy and hold. It allows you to see when the uptrends hit and get in at that time, and then see when the downtrends hit and get in at that time. And what I'm going to use is TradingView. I'm a little new to it, but it's got a replay feature, which I'll go over later on in this video, and we can play around with this. I've been playing with it. It's really fun because if you look at, let's look at, some good examples right here. I reset the chart here. Let's go back. So first thing you do is you want to get TradingView, and you want to go up to here, which is your, up here, which is indicators. And you can search them out, and there's some pretty basic ones. You can use the moving average or the EMA, which is the exponential moving average. That's the one I like to use, exponential. So you could click this twice, and if you do it twice, you'll have two on here. Now the free version of TradingView allows you to have two indicators. You can't put any more in there. I've got a little bit upgrade package, so I've got three. I've also got the 200 EMA there. Sometimes I get that down to 50, and it gives me some more information, but the very basics of this is that you can get by and know when the uptrend is when the 10 crosses over the 20, that's an uptrend, and when the 10 crosses down below the 20, that's a downtrend. We'll go over that real quick, but yeah, just add these indicators here, type in exponential moving average, and then double click those, and then you can go into the settings here. For the 10, I got this colored as blue. I'll go into the line and make it a little bit bigger because I'm old. My eyes are getting bad. So then I got this gray line for the other one for the 20. So this is and you could set the input. It's 20 and the length of 20. So what that means is that whatever timeline you're on, it's 20 candles back. So if you're on the daily, it's 20 days back. If you're on the weekly, it's 20 weeks back. If you're on the 5-minute, it's 20 candles back each 5 minutes in time. So it should work for all of these. So let's take a look now. Let's go zoom in here. You can see here this downtrend started when the blue 10 went down below the 20, and the downtrend started. Now we can see the candles are below the 10 EMA, and then things start to kind of bottom out and turn around. You can see some volume here, some buying activity coming in. That's a lot bigger than this other volume, and starts to go up. But you don't know. There's a lot of times when there's downturns, things will stop. They'll do a retest, and then they'll go back down again. So you never know. You never know when to buy the dip. Like for this is kind of a downturn here. You could have bought the dip, gone up, and then you would have been back down this dip here. There's a lot of times where there's chop, and you think you're buying the dip, and it just goes lower and lower. So you don't really know. And a good way to know is to just wait, and you're going to miss out. You're never going to find the bottom, or it's not really feasible to find the bottom because it could go down more. But once it starts going back up, and the 10 crosses over the 20, that's a really good indication that that's in an uptrend. You can see 3 big green candles here, actually 3 big ones and 1 small one here, and then a smaller one up top here, showing you that there's some buying strength. So big push up here in volume, and a lot more just buyers coming in here. And you never know what it's going to do. It turned around right here, went back down, and then the blue crossed over the gray. The 10 crossed down below the 20, and it was in a downtrend, and then it crossed back up, and you could see here, you could have got in right here when you see that this crosses over, and you get a green candle. You could have got in right here, ridden this all the way up to, let's say from here to here or so. You would have made a 1.34% move or an 8-point move. And if you held tight, you can see here that the blue 10 EMA did not cross down over the 20. It looked like it was gonna, and you could have got out here, could have got scared, but you have to have your rules, like you only get out if it crosses over, and it didn't cross over and it went back up, so it was good in this instance that you would have waited. Also right here, it almost crossed over, but if you just held tight, you could have been riding this all the way up from way down where you started, all the way up and up and up. And what you don't want to have happen is get into a situation where you're riding it down. Let's go look at SPY. What I like about TradingView is you just start typing, and it'll bring up the ticker that you want. So you just type SPY. And let's go back over the course of this last year. You can see when the tariffs hit in April, roughly. There's a downtrend, and how do you know? Some people don't know when to get out, but that's a very good indication when the blue crosses down over the 20. You would have been riding high going up here if you were riding this upside, and you would have lost some down here, but you want to wait till that signal because it could keep going back up. But once the signal hits here, you would have been out and you would have missed all this downtime, and you could have put your cash elsewhere instead of losing it and hoping that it comes back up. It didn't come up to break even. This is February 24th. You wouldn't got back to break even until June 13th. So what I like to do with TradingView is do this replay feature. I'm going to expand this outside my window so it's bigger, but it makes this button bigger. You can hit this replay button, and you can select select a bar and go back a certain spot, stop it there, and then you can hit the replay, and it'll start playing candles from that past point onward. What I like to do is go to the 15 minutes, and then I'll reset the chart, and I'll go to select bar. I'll choose a random. And if you choose random, it just selects a random time in the past, and you weren't able to see anything past that. So it's a good way to like pretend you're trading live from the start, and you can make trades here too. So what you want to do is you got a trading bar down below here, and you can, I don't know if you have to select replay trading. I think if you hit replay, it'll select this for you. There's also like a paper trading, and then you can hook this up when you're not doing replay or paper trading. You can hook it up to your broker. Some brokers integrate with this, so you can buy and sell right on the TradingView platform and have it make the trades through your broker. And I like that because there's some tools here. Let's see. So if I was going to replay from here, I'll zoom in. What I would look for is I'll wait till blue 10 EMA crosses up over the 20. You could also play to the downside, but I'll show you a buy first. This would be a sell. So this would be like if you're doing like just straight up, you got some money and you're just trading stocks and you buy. I'll just be doing 10 shares at a time, and I'll show you that in a sec. You could select the time frames. You can have it go every half second or 3 times every second. Have it go faster. I like just 1 second at a time. And you could bump it forward if it's getting too boring for you. Speed it up a little bit that way. It looks like it's on a downtrend. If we had done a sell up here, we could have ridden this all the way down because the blue is under the gray 20. The blue 10 is under the gray 20. So I'll start to turn back, and we don't want to get in until we see that crossover, which we do now. Get some green candles, and the 10 EMA is starting to separate a little bit from the 20 EMA. So let's do a buy. I'm going to do 10. Actually, this is SPY. I was going to do QQQ. I guess I'll do SPY. Select 10 of these, buy. And then it's got these little handles here. One's SL for stop loss, and I'll go like a 2-for-1. There's 2 ways to do it. You could do a stop loss, let's say 20, and take profit. Let's do 2-to-1, so that'd be 40. So if you want to lose 50% of the time, you'd make a little bit of the edge on the winners. Let's let this play. Hit the play button here. And if you could just walk away and have it do this and do something else, if you don't want to watch it. But if you do want to watch it, I kind of like to watch it. That's one of my rules is once you set your stop loss, never move it. You can move it up, but never move it from the beginning. If it goes against you, just keep it. Because I'll show you here, it'll save you. I had it at 10 or 20. You got to put it back where it was. So it's starting to go up. Hopefully it'll go up into profit. it's below where I started. $2. It's $1 above, $2 below, $8 below. Looks like it's going down. It's going to hit my stop loss. Okay, so it did hit the stop loss, but it saved me from going way, way down here. If you're holding on to this, you'd be losing more and more. So that's good. So down here, if you flip this up at the bottom here, I've got total one trade. This is the trade tracker, 0% profitable because I lost that one, 0 of 1. And I lost 34.70 because I had to move I didn't set my stop loss properly, so I had to move down for it to be in effect. We'll try this again. We'll get some more stats, but this is kind of how I like to play with it. There's that way where you can set a stop loss and no take profit, and then let your winners run. Let's take a look at one of those next time. So this is a uptrend. It's good to kind of zoom out and get an idea of the whole trend. We've been in a kind of a major macro downtrend for quite some time. It's gone up and then way down. It's consolidated there, and now it might be coming back up. It's more of an uptrend than a downtrend. I see higher highs, higher lows. But there's some wild big candles here, so let's just let it settle out a bit, decide when to get in. I'll wait for it to turn around. You kind of get to learn the personality of the stock. It starts to turn around like this, and then it'll shank down, and then it'll start to go back up with a big gap up candle. So I wish I had taken this on the downtrend. It's going all the way down. Now it's turning around, so let's take a look. I'm going to stop it, and I'm going to do a sell and do the opposite direction. So stop loss at 20. That seems a lot. Doesn't seem like a lot. Let's do 30. Take profit at 60, 64. Confirm. Play. Yep, lost that one too. Okay, we'll try it with no take profit. So it's a good uptrend there, it looks like. Buy. I'll do a stop loss of 30 with no take profit, and we'll move the stop loss up above it as it goes. Play. My stop loss was, you got to play with this. My stop loss is probably a little too close for how volatile this is. You can use ATR. I've got a little window here showing ATR, which is the average true range. And you can see a big bump here, right when this big bump came here. That tells you how kind of volatile the stock is. And so you could set different stop losses based on the ATR, so that if a stock is likely to move a lot, like Tesla, like maybe you might move $17 in one candle, you're going to want to have a bigger stop loss than Coca-Cola. It might move $1 per candle. Like I said, you got to kind of pick a couple stocks or ETFs and get to know their personality and how they move, how they behave. So that's looking like a downtrend. That's turning around. See, this would be 15-minute candles if this was live, so it'd be easy to kind of do this during the day and take some time and look at these candles and judge whether they're going the right direction. This looks pretty good right here, 3 green candles. So I'm going to go buy, stop loss, let's go 50. Confirm, play. So if it gets past my entry price, then I can move the stop loss up and have it be a total risk-free trade. So once it's in there a ways, I can bump this up a little closer so I lose less if I did lose. So now I can bump this up past where I started, and it's a risk-free trade. I can't lose money on this. Pretty much break even if it comes down here, $11. So that's the nice thing about having no take profit. You kind of got to watch things, because if it jumps way, way up, you can move your stop loss way, way up and just have your stop loss get you out, or you can just wait for it to go up and get out when you want manually. But you can follow it way, way up much more than just putting a take profit, which is 2 times your. Some people do 1-to-1, 1 times their stop loss, or 2 times, or so we jumped up a bit there. I'm gonna bump this up, confirm. So I'll guarantee to win 62.90 here. I would bump it up to this candle here, which is the gap up. People say gaps fill. I don't think so. Look at this. It's not filling at all. It's been a good uptrend for a while. So if you can have more losers than winners, but if you keep your winners really big, then that's the edge you have. And I'm considering either doing this with options or just with straight up make a couple $100 a day. Right now I'm up 118 on this. Bumped it up to there. Now I'm up to 202. Big green volume there. Just pushing things up. Fast forward this a bit. I'll raise it up a little bit. Confirm. Now I'm up to 247.50. Turning around. I'm going to raise this up to here. Some good buying volume there. Sellers are fighting them. More buyer volume there. Same thing happens. See, there's a pattern that sometimes happens with this. Big green volume. Oh, there I got stopped out. So that was a big trade. Let's look. 4 trades total. 25% of my trades were profitable. So 1 out of 4. But I'm up 190. So I've been tracking these in like a spreadsheet. This one is where I take a 2-to-1 risk reward. Where I do like a $10 stop loss, $20 take profit, and just let it go. This one I'm doing like what I'm doing now, where I have just a stop loss and I follow it up with my own. I watch it and do it manually. Trying to see different ways, makes more money over time. And I know there's backtesting tools to do all this stuff, but I really like to use the TradingView because it gets you in the know of how, like I said, the personality of this stock and how it works, and kind of how it jumps up and how volatile it is. You kind of get to know where to place your stop losses and things. It's good to get to know a few stocks like that. I like QQQ and SPY because you can kind of count on them over time to go up and to the right for the most part. So that's overall the major trend. Sometimes there's downtrends like in 2022, like a year-long trend. But you can still catch, if you're trading and you can catch all of this upside, get out of the way and let the downside happen, get back in here, catch all this upside, and then get out of the way as it goes back down every time. If you can just do that, these 2 indicators is all you need. I do like to add the 200 because some stocks behave differently. Some people like to say that if you're below the 200, then it's bearish, and if you're above, then it's bullish. So, and sometimes they bounce off it in certain ways. This looks kind of random, but sometimes I use the 200 or the 50. But the main ones, 10 over the 20 or 20 over the 10, sure way to tell uptrends or downtrends. So yeah, get TradingView and check it out and play with it. It's pretty fun. And we'll see you on the next one.